Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that I found really interesting yesterday. And I was kind of proud of this person. It's a young woman. I'm thinking somewhere in her 20s. And just feeling like she was on YouTube, she made videos. Just feeling rather proud of her for what she's done. Experiences in the past, however, is whenever I feel a bit, like surprised, or I really like somebody at first. Well, this one isn't at first, but it's that kind of thing. Like if you put somebody up on a pedestal, they're going to fall off, and it's going to hurt you. When they fall off of that pedestal. Well, so I know this. I'm aware of this. So, I keep that with in my mind with a grain of salt, kind of thing. Take it all. But yeah, I was still impressed by her. And I've watched her videos, some of them in the past before, so I know what she's done, which is, some is good, some is bad. Now that's what I think is needed these days for like people who are victims, have been victims of narcissistic abuse. And I can't tell anybody what to do or how to think or any of that. It's, what you do, and it's you pay the consequences for your own actions or inactions. But to me, this is important, that you can see the flaws of the person, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, of somebody. And nobody's perfect. Everybody has some kind of flaw. Some people lie. Often it's lying through omission, but sometimes that is for protection, to protect themselves. You don't go and tell everybody in the world where you live and how much money you have in your bank and your bank account. You just don't. There's some things you keep to yourself, and you lie. Whenever somebody has the nerve to ask you, you lie. You just don't tell them. You lie through omission. Anyway, got off with the wrong subject here. I was proud of what she did. She spoke her mind, her own mind, okay? Her own views. And she thought about them before she spoke them. She thought it through. She didn't borrow them from anybody. She came up with them herself. And she called it as she saw it. You call it as you see it. She did. Now, I don't ever say that whole thing of tell it like it is, because to some people the way it is, they see it is not how it is. So, yeah. Did she call it as she thought? And I thought to myself, boy, she could be my daughter. Seriously, I have a habit of doing that. Call it as I see it. Yeah. My experience in life as women get older, they get bolder. Yeah. I thought this was a child. Seriously, as a child, I noticed this, that they just get bolder and they call it as they see it. But anyway, how many of you have, okay, sorry about that. How many of you have, seen somebody online, whether it's like YouTube video, or maybe somebody wrote something on some group or whatever, on some social media platform, and you've felt proud of them, and because they spoke their own mind. I think that's something that is very rare these days. I think a lot of people are simply like mimicking somebody else. They just find a slogan and they always say it. They say it just spreads like weed. Like spread like a weed. Slogan, expression, something, and when it comes down to it, you can't fix stupid. That's one. I'm said that on purpose. They use that one. Now, that's not something you want to tell an educator. You can't fix stupid. Yeah. Anyway, my own view is the people who often say that are the ones who, anyway. Okay. Anyway, how many of us grew up hearing that, hearing somebody say, well, there's hope for the next generation after all. After they see somebody who really has it together, has, learned something and put it together, put the thoughts, their own thoughts, not somebody else's thoughts. They put it together and they speak their mind. You know, seriously. Okay. But I grew up like that. I grew up hearing, you know, people say that, you know, people who are in a generation above mine saying, you know, whenever somebody had a good idea, somebody said something smart, something that was well put together, they would say that. There's hope for this next generation after all. I always thought that was kind of funny that people would say, there's hope. Like one person is going to make a difference. Hey, one person can make a world of difference, as we all have learned. Yeah. Not always good, is it? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's a short one, I guess. And I'll talk to you on another video.